Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my most owned authors. Sometimes I don't realize how many books I own by the same author, so I thought it would be a lot of fun to go through my bookshelves and see which authors I own the most books from and share that with you guys. And I only included 6 or more books in order for an author to be on this list. But before we go ahead and get on into the list, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I post new bookish content. I post new videos every Saturday and every Wednesday and sometimes throughout the week. Also, don't forget to check down in the description box for links to all of my social media, including my Discord and my Patreon. Another thing about this list is I did not include like huge series. So for example, I own all of the Wheel of Time books by Robert Jordan, but I'm not going to include it on this list because it is just one series. Same thing with Jim Butcher's Codex Alera. Also, I didn't include any type of like compilation. I own the complete works of William Shakespeare and Jules Verne, and I didn't include that. So these are like standalone books of different series. I have 12 different authors to discuss with you today, and out of those 12 authors, 5 of them I own 6 or more of their books, 4 of them I own 8 or more of their books, 1 of them I own 10 or more books, 1 of them I own 14 or more books, and 1 of them I own 16 or more books. So I'm going to share with you the authors that I have 6 or more of their books, and I'm going to show you the actual books. So it's kind of like a mini bookshelf tour. But the authors that I own 6 or more of their books are Joe Abercrombie, Leigh Bardugo, Marissa Meyer, Anthony Ryan, and Kendar Blake. Okay, starting with my 6 books, here is my Joe Abercrombie collection. So I own the First Law trilogy, and then I own the Shattered Sea trilogy. So 6 books of his. Next we have my Anthony Ryan collection. So I have his Raven Shadow series and then his Draconis Memoria series. One of my favorite authors. I actually just pre-ordered The Pariah, which comes out in August, because Anthony Ryan is amazing. If you haven't read him, go read him. Next I have Leigh Bardugo, so I have the Six of Crows duology, and then I also, of course, own her Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then King of Scars, and then I did pre-order Rule of Wolves, so I'll have that to add to my collection too. Then we have Kendar Blake, so I own her 3 Dark Crowns quartet, and then Anna Dressed in Blood, which is a duology, so 6 of her books. And then over here I have Marissa Meyer. I have her Lunar Chronicles, Heartless, and the first book in her, I guess it's the Renegade series, which I haven't read yet. Actually, I wanted to add in another one, which I just realized. So I own Megan Spooner. I own 6 of her books, even though they're co-authored with Amy Kaufman. So I have The Other Side of the Sky, the Starbound trilogy, and then I own Hunted and Sherwood by her. So I completely skipped over Megan Spooner. So I own 6 of her books. The authors that I own 8 or more of their books are Brent Weeks, Tad Williams, Cinda Williams-Chima, and Holly Black. Okay, these are the authors that I own 8 or more of their books, and this is like my bottom shelf, so it's really hard for me to get a good angle here, but this is Weeks' Lightbringer trilogy, and then I have his Night Angel trilogy over there. And then if I just scoot over some, I have Tad Williams. Oh, that is a horrible angle. I'm sorry, guys. So I have his Otherland series, and then I have his Memory, Sorrow, Thorn. I think that's what it's called. Series, which hopefully I can get to next year because I found it at a used bookstore and still haven't read it. Okay, the next author is Holly Black. So I own her Folk of the Air trilogy. I own, I think it's Curse Workers trilogy, White Cat, Red Glove, Black Heart. I own The Darkest Part of the Forest. And then if we go down to the bottom shelf, I own The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. And to be completely honest, I don't think I'm going to continue to read Holly Black. Just, I feel like I don't love her work. Like, I just like her work. And I just feel like I've liked everything I've read, but she's not someone that I'm like, oh, it was amazing. So I think I'm just going to keep my collection with these 8 books. Next we have Cinda Williams-Chima. So this is her Seven Realms series and then the spin-off series, which I don't even know what the spin-off series is called. So it is in the same world, but 2 different series. So I have 8 of those books. The author that I own 10 or more of their books is V.E. or Victoria Schwab. So I have all my V.E. Schwab books together here, and one of the reasons I like her so much is she's such a versatile writer. Like, she writes within so many different age groups and genres. She writes adult fantasy, then she writes YA, more adult. I mean, this is about dark superheroes, and then her middle grade. So yeah, she's definitely an auto-buy author for me because I just love how versatile she is. Hey guys, editing me here. So when I was editing my video and then kind of looking at my shelves, I realized that I didn't include Robin Hobb, which is ridiculous because I own 12 Robin Hobb books. So she's definitely an author that I buy a lot of. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip of the Robin Hobb books that I own. And here is Robin Hobb. I own 12 of her books. So I have the Farseer trilogy, the Tawny Man trilogy, the first 3 books in the Rain Wild quartet, I think it's a quartet, and the Live Ship Traders trilogy. All these books take place in her realm of the Elderlings. The author that I own 14 or more of their books is Cassandra Clare. Okay, here is my Cassandra Clare collection. So I have the original Mortal Instruments. Then I have the Infernal Devices, my favorite. The Dark Artifices, which I still need to finish. And then on the bottom shelf, we have Chain of Gold and Ghosts of the Shadow Market. And lastly, the author that I own the most of with 16 books is Brandon Sanderson. No surprise there, I'm a huge Brandon Sanderson fan. Okay, here is my Brandon Sanderson collection. I have Elantris, the First Era Mistborn, the Second Era Mistborn, Arcanum Unbound, Warbreaker, and then the Stormlight Archives, and Skyward and Starsight. I will say this is probably the most mismatched Sanderson collection y'all will probably ever see because I buy a lot of my books used and I just get them when and where I can. But Sanderson is one of my favorite authors and I love my collection. Okay, you guys, I really hoped you liked kind of going through my shelves and looking at the authors that obviously are auto-buy authors because I own so much of their work. But let me know in the comments some of your most owned authors and what books of theirs you own. And I will see you guys soon in another video. Goodbye.